everybody, my name is Kiara, aka Kiaras.bookshelf. Welcome to my channel and this week's video. I am so excited because I am going to finally start Throne of Glass. If this is your first time watching me, then you should know that I uploaded a reading vlog for the Assassin's Blade, and that was my first introduction to the series, and I personally felt like I made the right decision. I like the fact that I got to meet Selena and get her backstory before kind of jumping headfirst into this super long 8-book series. I really liked learning about Selena's journey as an assassin, but I am really intrigued to see what her life is like now. When the Assassin's Blade ended, Selena was pretty much taken a prisoner. I believe she has to serve a sentence in the salt mines now. And so I'm really excited to see where the story takes place, if there was a huge time jump or if it takes place immediately after the Assassin's Blade. I really hope that you guys will enjoy it, and if you read the Assassin's Blade or Throne of Glass, then please let me know, and also tell me what order you read the Assassin's Blade in, because I feel like that is really interesting. So without further ado, let's just get on with the vlog. Okay guys, so I just reached chapter 14 of this book, and I definitely want to say that I am loving this story a lot more than the Assassin's Blade. So the story actually takes place 1 year after the Assassin's Blade. Selena is now released from the mines, but she is still technically a prisoner. So the only reason that she is not in the mines anymore is just because she was summoned by Prince Dorian. I love Dorian so much. I love the banter that they're already doing in this book. I love that he is just so unapologetically flirty with her. We also get to meet another character in the story named Kale, and he is actually a part of like the King's Guard. And the last character that was introduced was Princess Nehemia, and I don't really know how I feel about her yet. I found that really early in this story, Fae were mentioned, probably like maybe 30 pages in, and I was really intrigued by that because they mentioned a forest that people don't go in anymore. There's like a bunch of stories about it. Apparently Fae were banished in this world, and I definitely feel like it was mentioned for a reason. I am going to predict that Fae will turn up at least in book 4. That's enough time to introduce that storyline. I honestly would be surprised if it takes more than 4 books to kind of circle back to this. And if it ends up happening sooner, I'll be surprised too, just because it is still early in the story. I feel like SJM is probably going to do a lot more world building in these first maybe 3 books before the plot really starts, and I'm just really ready to see where the story goes. Actually, there is one last thing I want to mention before I get back to reading, and that is that the king has told Selena that she has to compete in a competition. So she is not the only assassin in this kingdom right now. There are assassins coming from all over the world to compete to become the king's champion. And if Selena wins, then she will be free. I think that is really interesting because, one, I kind of feel like this could backfire. I feel like the king could end up lying. I don't know. I really hope not, but I guess I just don't really trust the king just because so many people betrayed Selena in the Assassin's Blade. I am just feeling like this is just a setup, but I guess we'll see. But with that, I am going to just keep reading and see what happens. I just want to start off by saying this story was such a pleasant surprise. Like, I cannot put this down. I don't want to put it down. I just want to sit and read this all the time. I love it so much. I literally started on chapter 14 and I ended on chapter 35. Like, that's how much I've just been devouring this book. I honestly didn't even want to stop to make this update because I'm just like, what is going to happen next? Like, this is crazy. So immediately in chapter 14, an assassin gets murdered, and this ends up kind of turning this whole tournament upside down. The stakes are so much higher now because no one knows who is killing these assassins. I believe in this part, maybe 2 or 3 people die. And it's actually crazy because the security gets upped for the assassins. Everybody thinks they're killing each other. Everybody's pretty much a danger, and it's just crazy because these murders happen at such random times. And on top of that, the murders are literally gruesome. I think at one point someone had their heart ripped out, and it was literally insane. And I think what makes this worse is that all of these murders start happening a few days before the trial. So it's like, why now? Like, this is literally the worst possible moment to do this. Another really interesting plot point that happens is that Selena ends up finding a secret passage in her room, and of course she goes to explore it. And when she goes down there, she ends up finding a bunch of tombs, and she ends up getting visited by a ghost. Now, I was not expecting this because she's technically being haunted right now. The ghost is literally making her stay in the trial, and it's actually kind of crazy. Like, the ghost is like, you have to win this. If you don't win this, like, you're going to be in more trouble than if you lose and you get sent back to the mine. Another thing that I thought was really important is the fact that Selena ends up having a vision, and she ends up hearing the name Elena Galathanius, and now she's just wondering, like, who is this woman? Why did I have this vision where I'm hearing her name? Why is she so important? And so I really hope that that ends up coming up. I know that there are some spoilers as far as this character being important, but I've been really trying to avoid hearing how. And the last thing I just want to talk about really quick is that I'm really loving the romance that's blossoming between Selena and Dorian. I love how they really seem to get each other. Despite the fact that Dorian is a prince and Selena is an assassin, I just feel like they go together so well. I think Selena kind of understands him in a way that other people don't, because she doesn't treat him like a prince, and she also doesn't talk to him like a prince, and I think that's why Dorian is really drawn to her. She doesn't coddle him, and she doesn't treat him like a trophy. I know there's also going to be a love triangle between Selena and Kale and Selena and Dorian. I don't know anything about it, but right now I can't really see myself shipping Selena and Kale. Like, they have moments too, but I personally just like her and Dorian together more. So I am actually going to check in with you guys in the next couple of days because I'm going out for the weekend, so I won't be home to record. But when I come back, I am definitely going to finish this book, and I'm really excited for it. I've been loving it so much, and I really hope that you guys are enjoying this vlog so far. So with that, I will see you guys then. Guys, I finished Throne of Glass last night, and oh my gosh, I was not expecting that ending. I wasn't expecting the plot twist. I genuinely didn't expect, I guess, Cain to be like literally the worst character ever. So towards the end of this story, there are only like 6 champions alive. Celaena is like 100% sure it's Nehemia that's doing the killing somehow, and she is completely just against her. And I will say I kind of felt for Celaena, because at first I thought it was Nehemia, and I was thinking like, is this just going to be a pattern for her where she just can never have a friend? Like, what is this? Thankfully, that was wrong, and Nehemia actually ended up helping Celaena, and I don't know why, but like, I didn't expect it. Nehemia was using magic to try to protect Celaena against Cain, but I actually don't know if she knew that it was another champion that was doing this, or if she was just trying to protect Celaena from pretty much anything. It wasn't actually explained, but I will say, now that I am thinking about the story again, it does kind of make sense that Cain was the one who was kind of like causing everything, just because he was like really mean to everyone. Immediately when Celaena got there, he was trying to size her up, and he was always insulting her, and it was just really weird. I don't actually know how, but Cain was using dark magic to summon a supernatural creature that would just go around and kill the other assassins. And while I thought that was cool, I just don't really understand how he knew how to do that. I wish that was kind of explained more. But that does explain why all of the murders are like really gruesome, and it didn't look like a person could do them. So towards the end of the story, Celaena finally gets to fight Cain, and I will say it was pretty brutal. I really didn't know what to expect, because she was kind of losing bad. There was one point when Celaena and Cain were fighting where I was thinking, where are the medics? Because he was literally just doing anything and everything to almost kill Celaena, I guess. And the crazy thing is, if you die while fighting, that can actually count as a win for the other opponent. And so I thought that just made the stakes even higher for her. And you could tell that Dorian and Chaol were like really scared for Celaena. At one point, I think Chaol tried to jump in and stop the fight, but that didn't end up working. But of course, Celaena ends up winning, and she becomes the king's champion, but only because she wants to protect Nehemia. I don't actually know why, but the king ended up threatening Nehemia's life, and I really felt like that was unnecessary, but it was a good way to get Celaena to swear fealty to him. But the sad part is, now she's gonna have to work under him for 4 years. And in a way, it's kind of like she's just working for another Arobynn Hamel again, but just with a cushier title. And so I kind of felt bad for her, because I was like, are you kidding? Like, she's not even free yet. It's going to take a while, I guess, for her to finally be free. And at one point she was talking to Dorian, and he said maybe the 4 years will go by fast. So I finally did it. I finally finished Throne of Glass, and I will say I loved it so much. I don't know if I liked it more than the Assassin's Blade. I feel like it's kind of tied right now, but I just feel like the story was so compelling. I loved the mystery aspect of it. I wasn't expecting it, and it was a really nice surprise. And I just cannot wait to jump into Crown of Midnight. Now, I will say I will not be reading that book next. I have another video that I plan on doing after this, but I really am excited to jump into it. And when I do jump into Crown of Midnight, I will absolutely be vlogging it. I will be vlogging my entire Throne of Glass journey, and I just cannot wait to do that for you guys. So this has been Kiaras' Bookshelf. I really hope that you guys like this reading vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!